Oh, fancy seeing you here. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So first of all, I would like to give a big thank you, guys, as we have now passed 750 subscribers, which is insane. I never thought that we'd be here, but we are, and now we're looking at 1,000. So once again, thank you, guys. And as a thank you, I figured I would answer a long-standing question, which is, what do you do as your day job? Because obviously I don't do YouTube full time, as much as I wish that I could. But anyways, I work in a machine shop. We make plastic injection molds, which if you're not familiar with plastic injection molding, it's basically how most plastic parts are made nowadays. So you have like two halves of steel that come together. Hot plastic comes in one end, it branches off, makes the part, and then the tool opens up and your plastic part drops out. And we make all different sorts of car parts. Like this is a back cover for a steering wheel. But instead of just sitting here talking about it, I figured I'd show you around the office and show you a little bit about what I do on a day-to-day basis. So let's head on over and check it out. So first of all, before you guys start asking me why my workplace lets me do coke on the job, everything is covered in powder here. This is my keyboard. Let me explain. This is our 3D scanner here. I'm the only one in the building who knows how to use this thing, so that's good. But basically what it is it's two cameras that are angled towards the center. So like this one's shooting this way and that one is shooting this way. And then this light comes down the center and it lights shit up. Great explanation, I know, right? But no, it takes pictures and it draws it in 3D on this computer over here. So you'll see when I move this, it's actually looking at this table right now, and it moves that as well. It's kind of cool. And then every time I take a picture, it's drawing part of it in 3D so that I can come back and measure it when I need to and find out what's in spec and what's out of spec and cool stuff like that. It's a really good quality tool for us to make sure that all of our parts are in spec and everything's going to plan. But the cool thing about this scanner is not only can you scan in CAD data related things and tool steels and parts, but you can also scan in physical objects. Anything in the physical world you can scan into a 3D object. Like your hand, they use this in the medical field to create prosthetics. I guess they'll take scans of people's bones, like their knees, so that they could make a perfect prosthetic to fit their needs, which is pretty cool. It's a really cool technology. And it's pretty detailed, even though this scanner necessarily isn't really meant for this because it's not a smaller model, but it's still cool nonetheless, the amount of detail that you can get. So this probably only accounts for about 30% of my job because we don't get very many scan requests on a day-to-day basis. So the other like 60% of my job is spent on this computer over here, where currently I'm reading in a 3D model. This is what I do a lot. This is like the full tool that would make the plastic part out on the floor. So this is, I know it looks small on a screen, but it's probably like 3 feet by 2 feet or something. But what I do is I just basically sit here and I separate all these pieces out and I color code them so that the next person who's looking at it, or maybe even myself, it's easy to take it apart and identify what pieces are which. And then we can measure it and do whatever we want and rotate it around and check it out and do all that cool stuff. And then we also get quotes in from customers, so like not just full tool designs, we'll get part designs where they want us to come up with concepts on how to make it. And occasionally I'll do some feasibility and analysis and tell them how to make stuff. So that's another big part of my job, which is probably like more like 60% of what I do here. Very tedious and time-consuming things, but it's kind of relaxing, when you just sit back and take it all in. Like, hey, this thing on a computer is going to be a physical object that's making a physical part that's going to look something like this in a couple months. So that's kind of cool to be able to see it all the way from conception to actuality over here. And sometimes we even get to see the finished product. Like this is a steering wheel right before they assemble it onto the car. It's got a front cover on here that snaps in. I'm not sure if we made that, but we made this back cover, and that's like what I was just holding a second ago. And here it is assembled on the car just like you would see it on the back of your steering wheel. So that's kind of cool. And then this one sitting over here is for the new Ford Explorer with paddle shifters on it. So you seen it here first, fellas. Alright, now I'm gonna low-key try and sneak out in the shop and show you guys a few things. So if I get quiet here, that's why. This is another finished steering wheel that we've got laying around here. It's fully leathered up. It's the Camaro steering wheel, funny enough. And I know we've built a couple other steering wheels like the Fisker Karma and the Mustang GT. We've built a couple of those steering wheels as well. So if you're driving those around, you know where they came from. And this is my own personal bathroom because there's no women that work here. So, you know, keeps it nice and clean in here. No women or men to dirty the place up. So this is where I take my dumps. Alright, that was it. Sorry I couldn't show you more. I don't want to be getting up in everyone's work and showing stuff off with company tags and all that, so that's all you get for now. But anyways, I figured I would just answer a long-standing question that I get a lot and maybe show you guys a little bit of what I do to help you understand it a little bit better. And you know, I really don't mind it. I don't really mind working here, so it's all in good fun. But with that said, I appreciate you guys stopping in. Thank you guys once again for 750 subscribers, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Peace out.